It's me and you and my dog Blue. We can do anything that she wanna do. Okay, you know what up, people? Just letting
Why
some
is my
people.
stuff so? Okay, there it is.
Gloss, this was your
We
specific
good?
request, so we're getting some people in here. Oh God, can't hear me. Gloss, this was your specific request, so if you're in here, let me know. Oh God,
You're not a
this
shiesty ski mask guy, bro. That's
no, it's
not
too hot
you.
for that. Bro. It can never be me. Too hot. D Hill was good, bro. I ain't robbing nobody with no ski mask. Not during the summertime. I'll save that
No,
for the
you
winter.
gonna let them see your whole face?
Yeah, bro. It's summertime. It's hot. I'm like,
Yeah,
just
fair.
pretend like you ain't seen me. Run them wallets.
Yeah, let me hold that. How you been, man?
I'm good, bro. How about you?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. This week's been just. It's Tuesday, but I feel like it should be over, man. I'm dragging hard.
D Hill said, "What's good, Andre Hammy?"
How you doing, buddy?
He said, "Buddy,
Comrade
Warleezy, Andre Hammy."
Warleezy D Hiller. Hey, I gotta be real. I'm gonna say this is a hot comment, and I'm gonna say it, Warlord, and I hope you don't take offense to it. But I feel like with social media, it's so like it feels random. It feels like just random people go off when others don't. Is it me? Is it like it just feels like that? Like random stuff. But I feel like it's all I don't know. I'm inclined to say that maybe it's random, but at the same time, some of it just feels too orchestrated or engineered, like too coincidental. You know what I mean?
Some of it is.
It's crazy.
You know that.
I know, but the more I
Like,
think about it and see it and stuff, it's just unsettling.
just like we can say somebody like I'll say XE Red. We can say she's an industry plant, but we know she wasn't put in there as an agent to take down and downfall people. No, we know that she was a build a bear. They're like ratchet tattoos all over the place. Talk about your whole selves, and your beats better sound good at the same time. Which I give it to her. Some of the beats, some of her music sounds catchy, but as we all know, it ain't my type of music. Oh, Gloss is here. I can start. Gloss, I'm starting with my story. Was waiting specifically for you because you requested it. You
That's
and
nice.
Miss C Hempstead, Mrs. Andre. Even though she knows it, she was just trying to get me to tell you guys. So, trying to think. No, I'm definitely not giving the long version. Maybe the
Yeah,
medium
you
long
should.
version.
No, give the whole version, man.
But I ain't giving the whole version, just not the long version. Like, I ain't
No,
trying to
the
be here
whole
all night.
version. It's good.
You're a whole version, not a whole version. You're the opposite.
That's hurtful.
Anyways, as I was saying, so it was June 28th, 2011. Yeah, there you go. June. Wait. Can't. Man, these cameras get on my
Other way.
nerves. June 8th,
There you go.
2011. Oh yeah. There you go. You're right. Um, we had started a operation, and me personally, I was excited for this operation because a lot of the our rules of engagement were lax for that because rules of engagement. I believe a lot of other Marines and probably soldiers and other troops that has been in combat agrees with me. Rules of engagement are kind of ridiculous. They get people hurt. They're made, as far as I know, the people in DC that most of them has never been in combat are the people that makes rules of engagement. So, anyways, so we were starting a operation when we were deployed. in Afghanistan in the Helmand province, and that was I remember that was the first day we was issued ballistic underwear, which might sound kind of funny, but yeah, we were given ballistic underwear. It's supposed to protect you from shrapnel and stuff. It's
Oh
probably
yeah.
good we were that day. I mean, my junk's still here. So, matter of fact, a few people had grabbed a few extra pairs, and they're trying to hand them to me to stick in my bag. I was like, I'm gonna sell these or keep them. They were super comfortable too. They kept yourself tight, but you can breathe. Anyway, so the point of the operation, what was it? Was a disruption operation, and the purpose of that type of operation is kind of different platoons, squads, and stuff set up in different areas around the area of operation. We're kind of all rotating. We're kind of all moving at the same time because the Taliban, a lot of the time, when they would see us coming, they want to fight us. Definitely not head on. Would only ever fight if they felt like that they had an opportunity to ambush you right quick. If they felt like it was a opportune moment for them, then they try to like ambush, attack us, fight, whatever. Most times, so and most times they saw it coming towards the compound, coming towards it, they would usually pick up and leave. So the point of that disruption operation, as far as I understood, was to force them. If they're going to leave one area, they're going to run into us into another area. So let's see. I'm not even sure how many hours we had started. We had stopped at two other compounds, or maybe one other compound, before the first IED went off right behind me. And this is when we're walking, kind of like a patrol, but just from one compound miles to the next one. When the ID went off behind me, nobody died. One guy got some shrapnel in his neck, which was kind of weird because he had a random tick on his neck in the exact same spot earlier that day. Weird, but anyways, so he still got to get medevaced out. He was happy, but he was good. And then a little bit after that, we were jumping over what's called a wadi, and a wadi are these big, pretty much like the drainage ditch on the side of the roads, but really big, and they would use those to irrigate their farms because most of it was a desert. Even though we were right next to the biggest river that goes to Afghanistan, and so as we were crossing the wadi, somebody had like we would check. We'd have people with metal detectors. We'd have like these things we call scythes. It wasn't a real scythe, but it was like a yardstick or a ruler or something really long, a pole with the blade on the end, and you would feel around on the ground to make sure there's no IED over there. And the ID, for anyone that doesn't know, is stands for improvised explosive device. So we were on one side of the wadi, checking the other side, and I think we called it clear. We started jumping across, and someone else hit one that kicked up a lot of dust, but again, it wasn't a very strong ID. It was like a dud. I think his ankle swelled up from it, probably from the percussion from it. But he didn't lose a limb, nothing like didn't die, anything like that. So, anyways, as we got to the other compound, I I was told somebody had intel that it was the local Taliban commander's compound. Most of us didn't know, um, and I don't know if that would have changed anything if we would have been a little bit more cautious or not. I don't know. But anyway, so we had taken over that compound, and we were we were going and picking out our rooms and stuff we was going to sleep in, or the different buildings in that compound we were going to sleep in, when our Marines still holding security on the outside of that compound had got ambushed. And a friend of mine I had recently we met, not deployment because he wasn't a part of my platoon. He had pretty much instantly died from that ambush, and myself being a machine gunner, I think only myself and my gunner at that time. We were the only ones that still had some gear on. Everyone else was already taking off their gear. Yeah, I told them to follow me to the rooftop. We ran up to the climbed up like several buildings. They were kind of shaped like steps, if I'm remembering it correctly. But there was also a ladder. I think the ladder came later. Anyways, We climbed up the building. Uh, I shot off a few shots, and then he got up there, and he started to send off a few shots with the 240 Bravo, which is the machine gun, the heavy machine gun we would use. And um, I think so. We were shooting. I was directing his fires a little bit, where he was firing at. And then the only part I really don't remember at all is I guess I had turned around and I had yelled for them to pass us some more ammo, 240 ammo, which is the light machine gun or light heavy machine, whatever you want to call it, just to help people understand that we were using. And when they passed up the ladder to me, apparently I grabbed it and I pivoted back around. And as soon as I pivoted back around is when the IED went off. Dang, there's only one person in here. I was telling the story for Gloss. I don't know if she left or not. Anyways, and apparently that's when the ID went off, and it's crazy because like in movies and stuff, I'm pretty sure that they've talked to someone blown up before because it's like everything was going in slow motion. So it's like I saw myself rising or moving higher and higher from the ground in slow motion, and then I saw myself coming down, and I remember I had said to myself, "So this is gonna hurt." Well, not the ground, the rooftop. So then as soon as I hit the rooftop, it's like I could see all the cracks in it slowly forming because again everything was like going in slow motion for me, and then I remember I had said, "Oh shit," and then it's like I guess it caved in. I thought I rolled off of it, but I guess I kind of rolled and it kind of caved in at the same time. And then I hit the ground, and then next thing I knew, I felt hands and stuff grabbing me. So now I'm sitting there trying to reach for my knife, pushing people, swinging and stuff, because I'm like y'all little skinny fools ain't about to snatch me up, drag me up and do some weird stuff with my booty. Not today. Um, and then my homeboy, he was like smacking me in the face. He's like, "Yo, chill, it's me." Oh, okay, you're here. Cool. He's like, "Yo, chill, it's me." And then, once I realized it was him, it was cool. I chilled out. I looked to the side, my gunner Ashworth, but I just saw his feet, but it's like I knew he was good. And then they said I blacked out a few times, and then I'll wake back up, swinging and fighting and stuff. I don't remember blacking out at all. To me, we were just talking in the whole time. I got a little tired once, closed my eyes a little bit, and I remember like the craziest thing to me. It's like I still get chills sometimes when I think about it. Is it's like I heard someone's voice say to me, you still have things to do, but it's like I didn't make myself say that, but it's like my homeboy boy heard it. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you got to do? Of course, of course you got things to do. And me, just like it was just too weird for me to say to him, it's like, yo, it's like I said that, but I didn't make myself say that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy, man. That's God, man. But I still had all my limbs. We're just kind of chilling there talking, waiting for the medevac back to go in. I'm not sure how long the firefight lasted after that, because my mind's completely like damn, I just really got blown up. And honestly, I didn't think it was an IED. I was thinking that they had shot an RPG at the building that I just didn't see it coming or something like that. I guess because ID being in a rooftop was really rare for us. So it's like just that's not going to be your first thought, knowing that you're standing on a roof, fighting on a roof. Uh, I asked my boy, was my junk still there? And he looked down and then looked back at me, all slow and stuff. And he's like, yeah, but don't look. Like, bro, you don't say, don't look. When I looked, it's like my nuts was like super swollen. So when I squealed, like when I saw that, I squealed. It was just a natural squeal. I don't know if I tried to yell, holler, or what, but I straight squealed. Obviously, we're good now. I I don't walk around like I'm riding on a horse, but I was like, yo, like
Bruh.
this better be permanent. This
My
better not
man
be permanent.
said,
My shit was
my man,
swollen as hell. God damn, like my shit must have got pelted with rocks or something. That's crazy.
stop.
Uh, I guess there was actually a lot of casualties that day because when the medevac finally came it wasn't an American medevac. The British came and picked me up. They carried me out on a ladder. Oh, really quick, let me go back. So I was thinking to myself, it's like because your body's in shock. I guess I wasn't feeling any pain. I was just really really thirsty. I guess I drunk up everyone's water, whatever. But I was like super thirsty. But I was saying to myself, this is my chance. I can finally, experience morphine. And I was like, Doc, let me get some morphine. And I think I said it to him three times. And then it's like he yelled at me. He's like I gave it to you already. I was like, okay. And then like as soon as he said that, I felt like my whole body was on fire. I was like, yo, don't ever give me that shit again. And what it was, after I talked to my sister and a few other people, they're well, yeah, morphine makes you feel good, but if you have a lot of lacerations and stuff, it's gonna start circulating stuff faster. You know, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna burn. Like it felt like I was laying in a tub of boiling water. That's when I felt pain after I got the morphine. Like if I had so many cuts and open wounds and probably like my bones were showing on my legs and stuff, it probably wouldn't have been that bad. But anyway, so they carried me on a ladder to the helicopter. Apparently they hit my femur on the doorway. I was like, damn, I'm glad I don't remember that or didn't feel that, but I guess they banged on the doorway by accident. And then I don't remember what I said to the British doctor. I remember it was a lady, it was a British lady, or obviously she was British, but to the doctor on the helicopter, I said something smart to her, and like everybody started chuckling, and then she's like, "All right, we're gonna put you to sleep now." And last thing I remembered at that point, I remember I woke up at one point. There's somebody praying over me. I don't know if it was a chaplain or what, but I'm over here like I ain't die. Like I don't think I'm about to die. And that's the crazy thing too. I never felt like I was gonna die. Like I knew I was fine. And it could have been because, like I said, I heard God or an angel, but even before that, I think I felt like I was fine. And that's pretty much my story. Thank you, Ms. Gloss. Let me catch up on some of these comments. And I was going to leave that into while I'm catching up on the comments. I was going to ask Mr. Andre and some of you. Mr. Andre, I'll just ask him, how did he feel when he heard about what happened to his boy? And I was going to ask y'all, if you have loved ones that's been to war or might have a hazardous job or something like that, what do y'all think about that? How do y'all feel about people that's real close to y'all in those situations?
So
He'll
I'm
see
gonna.
you and go tell me. Go ahead. I'm gonna read the comments as you're
No, you're good.
talking. Excuse me.
So I'm gonna talk about my dad, my brother, and then you. So when my dad got hurt, I don't even really remember. All I remember is he came home with like stitches on his wrist and something like I don't really remember. I was just a teenager. But like yeah. And I remember even before that, my brother got hurt. He got like IED and shrapnel in his throat. And like again, I didn't really understand because I just saw him after. He seemed okay. Now, you on the other hand, that was probably it. I hated I hated one, my wife and I cried. You I don't have a lot of friends. So for you for what happened to happen to you, I was terrified. I was scared out of my mind. And I remember my wife and I made shirts, but in my mind, at the back of my mind, I just it sucked, man. It sucked because
I'll tell you in a second, D Hill. Go ahead, man.
nah, it sucked because I again, man, I've never deployed. So for me, it just I wasn't there with you. And again, I don't even really like talking about this, man, just because I was grateful. I thank God that you were okay, but at the same time, it's just like honestly, again, I'm just grateful that you're okay. I'm grateful that you have an awesome family that's there and has been supporting you every step of the way. I think this is the part of military service that gets really glossed over and is romanticized, right? They don't see this part. They see everything else. And for me, it's again, there's another guy who was in my unit that died, and I remember that he was a person that I knew. And I remember we hung out, we watched a boxing fight together, and we celebrated a holiday together. And when I found out he died, it just made me sick because he was so damn young, man. He was not even 22, 23, and I thought to myself like I didn't understand. And when what happened to you, I just didn't get. I'm sorry, man. I'm rambling. I right now I just to
Yeah,
answer your
bro.
question straight up, man. It messed with me. It made me not want to do this shit anymore. Like I don't like cussing. I'm sorry for cussing, but I just legit it made me not want to do it anymore. It made me realize like I just yeah, man.
Speak your truth,
I
bro. You're
really
good.
I um I again, man. You're my best friend. I don't have a lot of best friends, so for when that happened the way that it did, I just didn't. I couldn't really comprehend it, and I also I hated everyone. It wasn't like a hey, those people did this to my best friend. In my mind, it was everyone. It was like, why was he sent there? Like you brought up the whole rules of
I think
engagement.
I
In
know
my
what you
mind, I'm
mean.
like, you got these old politicians who don't know jack about anything, who are playing with people's lives like chess pieces. And in my mind, I became angry and resentful towards everyone. And for me, I realized at that moment that I wasn't good for anyone. I wasn't good for the military. I was a disgruntled Marine who hated everyone because in my mind I'm like, you have a good man who literally put his and I hear a lot of people saying, well, he signed up for it or like whatever. People are in my mind. It's like I think to me deep down, this is the reason why I will forever not. And I hate to take it this way, but it's if you are in charge and you've never done any military service, I can't. It is something that I can never wrap my head around because you're going to be like you are playing with people's lives, and if you don't understand how truly important that is and what that actually means, you should not be in that position. And for me, I don't like talking about it because again, I've never went, and I'll be the first one to straight up say it. I've never went. I don't know anything about it. Yeah, I've had friends who got hurt. Yeah, I've lost friends, but I've never been in that position. But at the same time, it made me angry at everyone to think that we have people in positions of authority who also have never done that, who also don't understand what it truly means, who also have never I mean, again, for me, that's why I'm sorry. This is a rant that is not meant to take away from Warlord because ultimately this is about you, how you, how you. I'm just man.
You're good, brody.
Nah, man. It's yeah, bro. I'm sorry. You gotta take it for a second, bro. You gotta take it. You gotta talk about something.
I got you. So really quick, y'all. You see this picture? I hate this picture. It's old, but see this picture? There's a glare. It's hard to see. This man and his wife, they put me on a t-shirt. Dumb
Yo,
picture.
don't say it like that. Don't say it like
Big, bro.
that.
I ain't lying. I ain't. How y'all put me on a shirt? I
That's
appreciate
what
it,
I'm
though.
saying.
I really appreciate it. But I was like, dang, they said I died. They should put me on a t-shirt, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was
looking back,
honored,
yeah,
bro.
putting people on t-shirts wild. I don't know why we did that, but yeah, man, it's just
I was honored.
yeah, man, yeah.
Your question, D Hill. Man, my junk was swollen for like 4 days, bro. They had me like sit with this towel underneath it because it was just water was coming up my skin. I was like, this is crazy. Please tell me this ain't permanent. I can close my legs or nothing, but at the same time, I was so drugged up. I didn't really care at the same time. But there would be times I was like, this is crazy. But yeah, man. Me personally, I don't know, man. It's I can't look at it as like I don't know how do I say it? I don't look at me and things that happens with me. I feel like whatever happens to me is fine. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna keep on moving. But I'm more so worried about other folks. And it's like like one of my buddies, he had lost his leg. We were at Wall Street at the same time. He was injured like a week before me. Like Andre said, when he had stepped on the ID, we were all pissed. We wanted blood. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a lot of good families that was around us that we would help out, and they would help us out. And I'm not gonna get into it, but that's a part of the thing that pisses me off about that garbage ass withdrawal. Because I'm sure all those families that helped us there, just the things that they did to those families, like that's just the things Taliban would do when they didn't have to be scared of repercussions. It's just horrible. It's crazy. But anyways, when uh when he had got injured, is like maybe not all, but shit. Even some of those people that was cool with us, I probably couldn't have seen them that day because I was in a rage. It's kind of like it's almost like you hear about a neighbor down the street, grown up, smacks your kid, like yo, like you have the galls to put your hand on my child, like bro, I'm about to rip you apart. It's almost like that feeling, I guess. And then one of the staff sergeants, I thought he was a cool dude. My platoon sergeant obviously was the one I respected the most, but I really liked the staff sergeant Lucas. We talked a few times one on one. There wasn't too many of us, with this skin tone in my company. But yeah, no, he was real cool. He died when he was in the shower. Our little makeshift showers. A few weeks after I got injured, they had I guess had snuck up close enough to the wall and tossed a grenade over the wall. And the showers are made of all wood, so it's just splinters just all in you. But it's like, as far as relatives I have now, people ask me, I was thinking to myself, I don't want to scare nobody, so I'm gonna share my story with you. But I still, relatives or kids of friends ask I'm always gonna be like, I'm gonna suggest the Marine Corps first, then the Navy second. But that's just because I joined the Marine Corps myself, and I grew up as a Navy dependent. I'm gonna say everything that happened to me. I'm also gonna let them know at that time. It's like you getting hit by a IED was the same odds as getting attacked by a shark. You had better odds of hitting the lottery than stepping on the IED and getting blown up in Afghanistan. I won't say so much when they first started deploying them around the end of the Iraq stuff, but in Afghanistan.
What about snipers, man?
Thank you, Mimi. So, I mean, okay, so when you're out there, it gets kind of, I don't know. It's just like, it's real, it's serious, but at the same time, like the main sniper we had harassing us, I know for me, and I know for a few other people for sure, it's almost like a game. It's like you'll be climbing up a ladder, and it was so Afghanis, they weren't very good snipers. They would contract track snipers from what do you call it? It's one of them Slavic places, Czechoslovakia or the Czech Republic. Are those two different countries or the same country?
Brody, I don't even know. That was a good question. I'm not a
Hmm.
geography man. I gotta check that out.
well, either way, so they would hire Czech snipers, and it's like you'd be like climbing up a ladder to do your turn on a what do you call it, watch, whatever, to do your turn on a post or something, and it's like you'll hear a round whiz past you, and it's like almost like a game. You're just like, oh, you didn't give me today. I'm gonna keep going. You kind of just flick off in the direction you think it came from. I'll admit it, it's kind of messed up. Nobody canceled me for this. It's like, bro, there was times I was so annoyed with stuff. I remember I was on post. Uh, it was like nighttime to morning, and their prayer things would come on over the microphone super early. These one farmers in this field where one of our posts was over, they would do stupid shit. They would fuck with us. They would like take a shit right in front of us. Now it's like we had nets on, so they couldn't see inside the post, but we can see them, and they knew we could see them. They would just do stupid shit. So this one morning, I was like, "Fuck it." I moved. During their prayer thing, is they were like sitting down to do their morning prayers. I opened up the curtain. I took a piss right in front of them, and it's like I, so I guess that guy was a Muslim because I definitely heard a crack and the bullet was. I don't know if it was two or if it was the same one, but I was like, I guess you ain't hit me, bro.
Jeez, man.
Them dudes was mad as hell because I was pissing in front of them while they were doing their prayers when they were done.
That's
Well,
diabolical. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
you ain't gonna do nothing about it, Brody. Make my day. I'm up here bored as hell. I'll light y'all off real quick. Mm, But I don't know. I guess if you can put in the chat, or if y'all want to jump up here, y'all welcome to. Mimi, D Hill, Gloss, whoever else. If y'all have friends or relatives, again, maybe you might have a hazardous job or did have a hazardous job. Someone close enough to you that you actually felt something. How did y'all feel about it? And why they're doing that? We can sit here, or we can move on to the next subject. And then somebody wants to jump in and say something. Of
Bro,
course,
I'm sorry,
welcome
man.
to.
I feel like I'm messed up. I'm not gonna lie. It's
No, you're good,
this
man.
topic.
That's something.
No, this topic is just. Sheesh.
Oh, Mimi. The question was just anybody that might have had or has friends or family members that they care about, if they've had or have a hazardous job, just how did you feel, or any of y'all feel, why they were deployed or anything like that? Uh,
What
it's
about
all
this?
good, Mimi.
So like my godfather and my brother-in-law are both COs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that I always get freaked out or wild about is that like every time I run to my brother-in-law, he's got a crazy story. And when I was still in the Marine Corps, my godfather would tell me about like times when they would get pissed and poop mixed up thrown
And
at them. Yeah, that they would get that
Nino,
thrown at them, or like they would try to like shank them with something, but whatever they try to use broke, or like just like crazy stuff, man. And for me, I think that's another job that I just can't. Could you do that? Let's see. I feel like you can't like knowing that it's 70 to 1. There's for
I'm too
every 70
immature,
inmates,
brother.
there's you.
They would have plotted on me because I'm too immature. I would have got pissed. I would have did something dirty to someone. I would have punched them in their stomach real good if I had them around the corner. They would have told their buddies, and then they would have mass shanked me.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I can't. For me, that I'd be too terrified. I feel like I can never be a CO because literally every day, any day, you could just go. Like it's if you're not paying attention, or even then, like they splash you with something. I mean, Lord knows if it gets in your eyes, whatever. Like, oh my gosh, man. Like, I just can't. Yeah.
I be thinking about the stuff when I be hearing about stories about how like COs get it too sometimes, get snatched up in some of these prisons and get their stuff ran. I'm like, no, bro. You do that, bro. I'm gonna be right there in prison with you, bro. I'm gonna kill you. Like you can't take me down and expect me to let you live, bro. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to torture you. I'm going to make sure that you die slowly and in
Good
pain.
Lord. I don't know, man. I think it takes a certain level. I think for certain jobs, it takes a certain kind of person.
Damn,
Like
boss.
for this job, just you got to be hard. And the CO saying, man, I can't imagine like that fear, constant state of just on edge, 24/7, watching everyone. Like you can't. The moment that you think you got to get an inmate that's like, hey, officer, da 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 da, they treat you with respect, whatever. You can't let your guard down and think that he's just a good person to be comfortable because that's the day that you could catch something to the throat or whatever. But
Right.
at the same time, that's unhealthy because then maybe he is just a nice person who just got a bad break and you're just always going. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird. Ooh, Mimi's comment. That's a real one. Just always being gone for stuff. Always being. Ugh, see. Warlord, how did you I want to ask you a question. And again, this one might be a bit much. But how I mean, when you went and fought and what happened, how did you have how did you prevent like just a deep pure hatred just becoming the norm for you? Because for me, I would always hate like they would be adversaries for me for life at that point. I could never like separate or detach myself from it. How do you prevent the whole blanket? They're all my they're all combatants. They're all my. How did you prevent that?
For me personally, it was the local family. Again, the local families that was cool with us. That would give us intel, help us out, give them some food, give them some seeds and stuff. It was them, man. It's like um, a lot of the older dudes, a lot of them dum dums. We knew it's like y'all are the elders of the local Taliban. We know y'all be coming over here. Oh, I have this sickness. Can I have some like medicine? We would give them like Skittles and shit. Like here, bye. Um, um, because they would have like
You have to chew
chemical,
it. You have to chew the medicine real fast.
right?
What?
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Because they have like chemical burns on their hands and stuff, and we already knew that's from making drugs and IDs and stuff like that. But the locals, and like the little girls, a lot of them they shave their heads. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure for lice. But it's like the little girls, like other than little girls here, those like the prettiest little girls. They look the most innocent because just their eyes is like so brown, and just something about them and the locals, how cool, how I won't say cool, but helpful some of them were. They were like, because you got tired of eating the military food, and it wasn't just IEDs all the time at our patrol base. We would get hot meals and stuff, but you kind of get tired of it. They bring you fresh bread and stuff, and like I would love their bread that they make, that little flat bread. I forget what it's called. And I used to super love it and eat it up all the time until I've seen a bunch of ladies making it one day. I was like, hold up. Like, are
How they
they,
make
what
it?
are they, well, to flatten it, they would spit on it and stomp on it on their bare foot. And I was like, bro, I used to tear that, bro. Like, no, never again. I'm used to
Hell
buying
nah.
potatoes
They
and,
spit it.
and yeah, potatoes and goats from you. I'm like, at that time, bro, Lowry's seasoning salt and heated potatoes. Like we like dig a hole in the ground, make a fire, put a bunch of rocks over it, and just heat up the potatoes like that. That was my best friend. But that bread, when it was fresh, it was fire. Up until the time I've seen it, or I've seen them making, I was like, nah, bro. Mm-mm. I can't believe I devoured it. So I'm sitting there eating your spit and your foot crust. Like I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Jeez, man.
Never again.
So who have you met? Oh wait. Oh, oh shit. See, that's crazy though too. The construction industry where they're building, skyscrapers or whatever, and they're like hanging off the side of the buildings. I can't. That's another one of those. I can't be me, man.
No. Mm-mm.
I'm trusting my entire life on this damn
I mean,
carabiner that's clipped onto this something or whatever. No, I'm cool.
I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that person. It's stuff falling that I'm not cool with. Like, brother, you accidentally kicked over or kicked over a hammer or a big nail. And I'm next to the building, bro. I can't go out like that. Oh my
Just
god, it
that would
better
be
be
that
epic.
would be wild. It would be epic. I don't know, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I just
You know, is that your game room?
yeah. This is it. So yeah, it's my game room. The missus came in. She was pissed because we have her sister, her brother-in-law, and my mom. They're all having dinner. So I thought I was good to cut out, but I think because Abigail's having a moment, she's kind of heated. So not to mention, I gotta prep a case. It's a wild one, man. I'll give you more details when we're off, but it's a crazy one. Um, but nah,
I
man, I
will
don't
show you
know.
my.
Oh,
Hmm?
thank you, Mimi. What'd you say, brother?
Oh, I was just saying I would show y'all my new computer desk I just finished putting together, but since I moved everything, my office is more tore up than it normally is.
I feel that. How do you, when you talk about rules of engagement, without going too deep into it, what do you think are some of the things that you heard were a rule where you're obviously like, yeah, this why is this a thing? Like, why
The
can't you
wildest,
guys?
the wildest and stupidest rule we had is we can be shot at. See the person that shot at us, see them walk inside a building, one of the little mud hut ass buildings, walk back out without the weapon, and we weren't supposed to engage them. Yep.
That's wild.
Like what the fuck? Like who put that rule in place?
See, I want to know, man. There's a part of me that's like, we need transparency. Like, if you draft a rule or whatever, everyone should know it was you. You wrote that.
Right,
That was your
right.
that was your brainchild. You thought that was a good idea. Like, nah,
Let me
man.
know
I
your
don't.
because if I can interrupt you for a quick second, I
No,
should have said it
brother.
earlier because it was all about winning hearts and minds. We didn't need that. That's stupid because again, we were cool enough with the locals. We wanted intel. This ain't a Vietnam movie, a World War II movie. We're not gonna be over just killing everybody and shit like that. No, it's like this, I didn't have that in me personally. Nobody. I I can't say nobody. There's always somebody crazy around you. You don't know it's fucking crazy. But
Everybody
you
got a
know,
stick.
right? Wasn't nobody gonna be killing civilians like that. But it's like they're like it's all about winning hearts and minds. We're like, okay, so put us in a spot basically to where our hands are tied in life and death situation. Because like Andre said, this is a fucking chess game to you. Fuck out of here with that.
Bro, I just again, man. I'm not trying to be that guy, but there's a part of me that just it's so unsettling. It's so unsettling that you have people who are in positions of influence that are so detached from the industries or from the departments that they very flippantly utilize. It baffles me, man. It baffles me. I just whatever.
Yeah, I feel you on that, man.
And again, I'm not saying you have to be a seasoned, battle hardened veteran if you're going to be president. But dear God, man, you should have police. I mean, just put the uniform on for God's sakes. Like don't. And again, I'm not trying to. This isn't a slight, Warlord, but it's like don't. I don't like the fact, and I don't think I've ever said this to you. I hate the fact that they go in there and shake y'all's hands and take pictures. In my mind, that's like no. It would
You're
be
allowed to feel
again.
that way, bro.
No, but it's like you do more. That's why I hate to say it. I'm not trying to be that guy. It's just there were certain people for me that were like again Senator McCain, like those people who actually did it, who actually were like again, man. I'm not trying to be that guy. It's just for me. Every time I hear your story or my dad's or other people, it's like I don't understand why we're so quickly, and maybe it's just because so many people don't serve, which fine, fair, but it's just
No, I feel you, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. With my bias, I feel like every president should have served, whether it was wartime or not. But that's just my bias, because, like you said, it actually is like I almost feel like every president, like to be a candidate, you had to have been somebody that's kind of had your hands in a few fields, because that gives you a better understanding of the people. For one, if
oh,
you're the commander in chief of the armed forces, you need some, in my opinion, you need some experience in that. If you're going to be dealing with the average everyday people, you should have been a mechanic, a Walmart manager, something.
yeah. Instead of a child of a silver spoon
yeah,
oligarch, No, I hear you, man. Like I remember I thought of this book and I thought of like it would have been cool if there was like a society where in order to be like a leader or an elder, you had to have either served or your children had to have served. Because in my mind, I'm like, you need to have stakes. And I'm not, and again, I'm not, I hate to say like I feel like I'm slighting people, but it's like it's so easy for a president or one of those political figures to make a decision when they're so detached from the consequences. For me, that
that was
blows
a
me
lot of
away.
like,
I don't know, brother. I don't know. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm coming off as just I don't know. I don't
you're not,
know.
man, no, bro. You're being honest. You're giving your opinion. Most of what you're saying, I agree with. You know what I'm saying? No, but no, I wasn't even trying to stop you. I was just saying that's actually that was a lot of societies, bro. The Roman Empire. Um, it's like all the higher up peoples, like their kids. A lot of them still probably had it easy, but their kids was always some type of officer in their militaries.
Something,
Of
man.
course, the Greeks. That was just a part of their culture. Whether your people was known for your agriculture, the leaders, their kids, they made them get their hands dirty with the other farmers. Whether you're part of Sparta, definitely the leaders' kids, they had it more rough than the other kids. Just like kind of like us in boot camp, we go to boot camp, and if our dang 15 years older brother is one of the drill instructors or your uncle, he's gonna be rough on you, big time.
Yeah.
Um, it's
When I mean,
a
when
lot of
everyone
society.
found out that my dad was an officer, like I caught flack for it. It's just I don't know, man. For me, and maybe this is a political commentary that is unwarranted or unfounded. It's just for me that America needs a system, a leadership system, a political system where you are not even a representative of the people, you are legit actually part of the people. Because in my mind, again, you got the, and I'm not saying you need to know who your, I mean, yeah, I would actually, you know what? I'm going to say that. You need to know who your congressman is. You need to know who your senator is. You need to know who city council is. But at the same time, they should be among you. They shouldn't be living
Right,
in the hills.
in
You
the
know what I
high
mean? They
tower.
shouldn't be so, exactly. They shouldn't be so financially detached where I remember and you're gonna think that this is random, but I remember Charleston White said something, and again, Charleston White's he's a caricature, and it's sad, but he has some fair points. And I remember he was speaking to a
I
particular
agree.
industry entertainer, and he asked him about what do you think the average like income, and this question, average income in America or whatever. And when he said it, he looked at him and was perplexed. And he said, "How long have you been a millionaire for? Like, when did you make your first million?" And this entertainer said, "I think like 10 or 11 years ago." And Charleston White immediately said, "You're detached. You don't know anymore. Like you don't even." And when he said it, for me, it rang so true. It's like if you've been at a certain level of success for so long, you don't know. Like you don't know what the average kid has to go through. You don't know how hard it is for the average kid when it comes to getting bullying or not having enough food at school, or when it comes to the struggles of a high school. Like you just don't know. You don't know the trouble that comes with being 17, 18, trying to leave your parents' house and you're trying to figure it out for yourself. Like you don't know. And for me, that's like it's sad that we idolize these figures, but at the same time, it's sad that we trust them with our future. Like, how are we so comfortable? And like, I'm not. And again, let's look at the other side of this coin. I'm not saying we need to have people who have criminal. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you need to have this person who's been through it all, been through everything, and a criminal history. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is we need to be more. We need to be more selective. We need to have people that are more well-rounded. We need to have people that truly and actually are a reflection of us. And I don't know, man. This soapbox is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I got on it. I didn't mean to, but sheesh, man. Sheesh.
No, but like, honestly, something that's always stuck with me, kind of like what you were saying, and like I can't stand Bill Gates. I can't stand that man. But something that always stuck with me is I remember he was on some game show and they were asking different questions, and one of the questions that they asked him is, "What's the average price of a loaf of bread?" This dude for real did not know what average price of a loaf of bread for. We can say $2 to $5. He was hitting on 20, 30. Like, bro, are you serious? Are you serious? Because like
As I'm talking to Warlord.
he doesn't even see a
Yeah.
dollar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's again, man. It's one of those. It's one of those things. It's just I applaud people who have through difficult times have become affluent and have reached a certain level of success. Like I do, but at a certain point, if you have become naive to the struggles of the average American citizen, why do you now think that you're in a great position to set new rules, regulations, restrictions, what have you?
Right. You are right. Well, I send this link out, bro. Can you continue the conversation just a little bit longer? How do I send this link out to everybody?
No, man. Yeah, I get that. So I guess I actually after everything that happened. I remember the wife and I were talking about re-enlisting, and
Mm-hmm.
again, man, it just I don't know. I was so angry. I felt bad because looking back, I really wish I was a better Marine. I really wish I was able to truly sell out and embrace the. And I don't want to say it this way. And if I say it this way and you're offended, I don't mean it this way, and I am very sorry. It's just it's the dream. It's the whole when you become a Marine or military member in general. I guess for me at least, you had this idea, you had this concept of what military service was supposed to be. And I don't want to speak for everyone, but for me, it just wasn't that. And again, once everything that happened to Larry happened, there's a part of me it reinforced it. It reinforced how I felt. And the crazy part about it is the military gave me so much, and I can't say a bad word about it. But at the same time, I just wish that the brotherhood that I thought it was going to be was that. And to be absolutely fair, it's not like I try to bolster it. I very much isolate myself to a certain degree. Now, granted, of course, Warlord here is a truly great friend, and I remember when I first met him, like he did embrace me. So it's not like those examples or instances weren't actually there. However, at the same time, there were others that weren't like Warlord, right? There were others that weren't as um, open and welcoming to certain military members. So I'm grateful that we do have a fighting force of volunteers, right? There's no conscription. It's not the draft. But at the same time, Warlord, I got to be honest, I am worried. It is sad that the numbers are as low as they are. It is sad, and it's very alarming that we're struggling to get people to fight and defend this nation. And there's a part of me that thinks it's because deep down, everyone sees the dream. Everyone knows. Well, let me rephrase. I think it's because deep down, everyone sees that the image that is being pushed or portrayed is just that. It is not real. And they see that to a certain degree, maybe a certain standard of living or a certain lifestyle is easily or more obtainable without that. And again, the Marine Corps helped me go to college. The Marine Corps helped me pay for law school. The Marine Corps established, a good foundation for my wife and for myself. I really cannot say a bad thing about it. However, at the same time, certain people who are in the Marine Corps kind of can poison it for others. So it's tough. I'm again, as much as I am grateful, at the same time, I wish there were some changes, like many things, right? Like many things.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, on that one, what's good, bro?
Who is it?
This is one of my boy that I had met through Tunnels of Towers. He is a Army veteran.
Hey, I'm telling you, it's
Um,
why don't we have a military party? Why is that not a
military,
thing?
military party.
Yeah,
Mm, I think we could. I think we just have to name it something different because I think people's preconceived perceptions of it might be the wrong idea. They're like, oh, this is gonna be like a dictator state or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, extreme nationalism or whatever. I got you.
Yeah. When it comes down to it, in the military, while you're in, it kind of becomes about your family at home and your brothers and sisters to the left and right of you. You're not you're not thinking warmonger. I'm gonna go conquer everything. Now, again, while you're in the states, constantly training, in my opinion, at least, it makes you hungry for it more. Might even be the reason why we train like we train. Gotcha, Gloss. But I don't know. I think it could work, bro.
I got to ask you something. I asked my brother this question, and I mean, he has
Okay.
probably a more exposure to this issue. But from your opinion, Warlord, how do we increase the numbers? How do we get more people to sign up and raise that right hand? How do we do it?
Uh, so right now, which we're going to segue into the economy and talk about how the economy could lead to something like the dreaded World War III. So I'll go ahead and say with right now, with the way things are with the economy, I think point out some of the benefits a little bit more. Show people the benefits plus your pay. You're living the same life as somebody that possibly makes this much or that much. Point out the benefits because right now people want to know I'm going to be able to comfortably live. I'm going to be taken care of.
Okay.
So that's one of them. Uh, for a lot of people, especially like these Antifa kids, like I always say to you, a lot of them join Antifa because call it what it is. They're a lot of them are lames that wants to be a part of something. Point out the camaraderie and the brotherhood and sisterhood that you can possibly find through the military. Let people know and focus a little bit more on the transition of getting out. It's like I know a lot of times it depends on your command when you're ready to get out the military, especially at the lower ranks. That could have just been, they could be like, good luck, here's your papers, bye. But
True.
if they promise people and guarantee people some bigger programs. Oh, and before I go that far, I know a lot of the higher ups, they get pointed out to classes and they put themselves in classes, start college early and stuff like that, like mid rank to higher rank folks, enlisted and officers as far as classes for jobs or certifications for whatever. Do a better job of having those things set in place. Make it a requirement of getting out and pointing that out
Having an AA, yeah.
in your recruiting advertisements and stuff. Point that out too. Like, yo, we will set you up the best we can for success afterward. It's like, yeah, you can take your training, your leadership, your discipline, things that you've learned, especially if you're like a mechanic or something like that, uh, admin working with computers, something like that. You can take it and bring that into the civilian life, but also, and I know because we've been around a lot of these people, and some of the other people in here know too. Not everybody's the smartest, street smartest cookie out there. You know,
That's true.
a lot of them don't know how to take that stuff and translate it over. They're kind of waiting for something to fall into their lap.
That's real. That's very real. And it just sucks because I don't.
Creating foundation is not my thing, there, Mr. Theodore. Andre maybe could, but it's not my thing.
What do you say?
He suggested creating foundation.
I mean, that would be. I think that'd be cool. I
Oh,
think that'd be
a
something.
foundation. I'm sorry, Reckless Andre, and my bad, Theodore. He's saying set up that foundation. I get it. That foundation for when people are getting out.
Hey, I mean, I know they have one, but I think he's right, man. I think that's big. That's something that can be done. So when
I
it
don't know
comes
how
to
to
the economy, what's up?
go ahead. Go. Nothing. I
No,
was
no, no.
saying I don't know how to send out the link on Messenger. So I'm like pressing
Oh,
each name individually.
I got you. Well, again, man, I don't want to be that dude, but I do got to prepare for this preliminary hearing tomorrow, so I can't give you much more.
Yeah.
But
No, you're good, bro.
I do want
That's
to
all I was
talk a
just
little bit of.
putting together.
Well, I do want to talk about the economy briefly, and I guess my thought is, okay, I'm gonna be super warlord. You know me. There's certain things I'm big on, but there's certain things I'm just super green. Like why? And I guess maybe it's just the nature of our system, the system that we have in place. But how can we minimize the constant fluctuation of these prices? Like we can't standardize it. I understand that because that gives the government too much control, and before you know it, we're no longer a capitalist society. I get that, but at the same time, it's like it surely also needs to be acknowledged that these corporations are just kind of just having their way with us. Like they can't. I don't know. Again, it just seems like there's got to be a middle where it can't just be a mixture. It can't just be, hey, you know, oh, capitalism is going to sort this out. It's going to rectify the issues that we currently have. Trust it. Trust it. I don't know, man. Again, full disclosure, I'm not an economist. I don't. I'm an attorney. I know that. I'm learning it more and more with every day. But at the same time, I'm totally green to it. So if someone's got it in the comments or the chat, by all means, let me know. It's just for me, it seems like it can't be as simple as I have to spend more money to produce it. We're going to get more money out of you to purchase it. When I feel like doesn't the federal government provide so many subsidies to so many different industries and so many different companies? Like why that can't just be the default answer for these corporations? Again, I don't know. So Warlord, please help me with this.
Repeat the very first part because I was getting dings in my ear.
You're good, man. My question is this.
Oh, I
My
heard most of it.
question,
Just the first part.
okay, the first part ultimately was providing an explanation as it pertains to my general understanding of the economy. Ultimately, costs so much money to produce. They want to make a profit as a result of that. They're going to charge so much more and pass that financial burden onto the consumers. However, at the same time, don't a lot of these corporations get subsidies from the federal government? So, to a certain degree, why can't the government minimize or regulate the fluctuation of these costs? Like, why is it such a volatile account? Like, why can't we just minimize that constant variation? Or do we just chalk it up to capitalism because capitalism going to capitalism?
Man, I don't know. I can give you Larry's answer, or I can give you what Warlord's answer is supposed to be.
Bro, give me both, man. Because again, I don't know. I'm just that guy. I'm green. I don't know.
So me personally, man, I think a lot of the times it goes back to the whole what's like an old saying, the old word for it. Let me grease your palm right quick. You let me do this, you let me manipulate these prices, have this like that like this, a little bit more than it needs to be. I'm gonna put some money back into your pocket. I think there's been, so much of that here and then there. It's like, a little bit of it here is not gonna hurt everyone because not everyone buys from this company, this product. And then maybe this company too. But it's like it's so widespread, and kind of like what we're talking about with the first subject with the ROEs and people in DC, or we'll say the hit sits in the high towers and stuff like that. They see different money coming in from different places. It's like people always say today, how is it so many people go into the office making 100,000 a year, some of them 200,000 a year, whatever, and come out millionaires? It's like we never stop and be like, how is that possible? You know what I'm saying? But and then at the same time, the I guess my more political answer is, actually, let me think on it a little bit. If I was trying to gaslight a little bit, but add some truth in there, what I think is truth in there. Now, just what some companies have to do to survive, I guess. Because kind of like I said, we have to spend to produce. You know, one market gets messed up over here, that's messing up one cog in the clock. So this cog has to compensate. So that means the one next to it has to compensate, and the one next to it has to compensate. So it's like the price of grain goes up. Grain gets turned into some of the basic biofuel for, I don't know, a steel manufacturer. They got to compensate, say, because they're spending more money to get the fuel, so they have to compensate and raise their prices. It's just a chain reaction. And I see right now today in America, you can trace that back to so many things right now, like how things are right now. It's like I'm not gonna blame it on one thing, but at the same time, like these Green New Deals and stuff like that. But at the same time, that stuff is not needed. As far as out of all the big countries producing pollution, stuff like that, they never mentioned we're the cleanest. We've been the cleanest. So why the hell are we working the hardest to be even more clean, and at the same time making life harder for everyday people? Again, that's not the sole reason, but it's adding to the problem that's already there. That's making things go up 30 more cents, $2, whatever. And if stuff is going up 30 cents here, 30 cents here, 30 cents here, 30 cents there, before you know it, something that was $5 is now $7, $12, whatever.
No, I hear you. And again, I do want to look into it more, but again, I'm just an esquire. So but I do appreciate it. And again, I want to apologize. Obviously, I would prefer. Oh, the disclaimer. I want to thank you. I do appreciate. I feel bad because I mean I would normally stay for longer, but I really got to prepare for this. But before I do have to dip. Who's he talking about? Who's DM talking about?
Me, you.
Oh, well, Warlord. Before I dip, I want to ask. So, do we got any crazy big plans for something? Are we gonna? I mean, when are we gonna actually plan out the hunt?
This man. Fall. When it cools down a little bit.
So we're gonna do it in the fall. All right. So, as a
I'm
disclaimer,
not. I'm not. I'm
everyone.
not trying to have no heat calories on woods, bro.
Uh-huh. So as a disclaimer, Warlord, that's my boy. But I told him that I feel confident that even if he tried to, he would not be able to actually hunt me, right? And I think the joke was I hope everyone's read this book. It's called the greatest, what is it called? Is it called The Greatest Game or The Most Difficult Game? Or it's pretty much when millionaires yeah, I think it's when millionaires have to hunt other people. And Warlord said adamantly, "Hey, it would take me little to nothing to get. I'd get you." And what was it? It was $100. What was it?
I don't remember what it was.
I don't even remember, but I do. We said we were gonna get GoPros, and I was gonna. How much of a head start would you give me?
30 minutes to an hour.
30 minutes to an hour. All right. For 30 minutes, I'd be able to figure, set up whatever I need to set up, do it. And he said if I could evade capture or being hit, that I would win. And I do feel good about my odds. I feel good. He is a great shot. Warlord is actually a ridiculous shot. Did you upload that content yet or no?
I did, and I also made a short. For some reason, the short violates their policies. What did they say? Child safety. I was like, and I wrote to him. I was like, how? When there's two grown trained men with her, she's wearing protection, but they couldn't give me an answer. Probably one of them punk haters from one of the other channels probably put in there.
Oh, they did.
It's cool. Let's just and I'll smack the fuck out of you. Back on you, bitch.
Oh gosh, man. Well, I'm excited and looking forward to it. And before I legit go, I want to bring up one more thing. I don't think I say it enough, man, and I do want to say it. Warlord bro, again, for as long as you know me, you've been nothing but an outstanding friend, and I am grateful that I can say that because if I'm being honest, man, there's not a lot of people that I still talk to or that I'm close with that I knew in the military. So I'm grateful that this has lasted as long as it has, man. Because I mean, if I'm being real, there's not a lot of people that I talk to. So thank you, and I hope this grows, man. I hope it turns into something great. It will. I hope it happens fast though. It may not. Who cares? But I really hope it does, man. So I appreciate it. Are you okay? You already know I talked to you about this weekend. This weekend, obviously, I gotta go visit some fam. But are
You
you
ain't going
doing
to be able
anything
to play your own.
No, it's coming out next weekend. I'm glad you brought it up though. Are you streaming that though?
Wait, I'm not sure. I'll try when I have everything set up on my desk. I set my monitor up here. This monitor has no sound, so I need to get some external speakers.
Okay, well, I am gonna play Space Marine 2, bro. So you gotta play with me. But again, bro, in all seriousness, man, I really do appreciate you and what you've done. So thank you, and I'll hit you up later, brother.
Always.
Take care.
All right.
Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace. All right. I'm gonna drop the link in case anybody else wants to jump up. And as I'm doing that, I will start on. Since we kind of briefly hit on the economy, and since it's a hot topic on and off with folks, World War III, like honestly, sometimes I feel like, yeah, we can get there. Other times I'm like, nah, it's not going to get there anytime soon. Too many people are scared that they're going to lose too much money, too much power, too much industry. Because if things start getting, whether it's whether the theater is in this country or a different country, too many people is going to lose too much business, lose their companies, lose employees, and the people that we would say is kind of orchestrating all this stuff, they like that power. They like their power. But at the same time, getting back to the economy, things are so man, it is hot as hell in my office. Things are so volatile right now, as far as money, as far as tensions with other countries, and I think most of the bigger countries, it always comes down to money. So what America, China, Russia comes down to money. Countries like North Korea, they tend to start acting up when they want something from us. At least in the past, they would start acting up. Eventually we'd be like, okay, what do you want? And then they'll be like, oh, can you guys open up some more trade with us? Something like that. But with the money stuff going on, I don't think the U.S. and Europe is going to let their bag get messed up bad enough. And I think that's where something like a war, somebody more instigating one a little bit more, starting one a little bit more will come in. Somebody said they left me a comment I haven't seen. Something like, I don't know if you guys have heard of BRICS, but that's basically being like championed or led by mainly China, Russia, and South Africa. That's supposed to be a new type of currency to compete against the U.S. dollar. I'm not sure where they're at with that right now. I'm not even sure how much it got set back around the Super Bowl, but that would sorely mess up what we have going on, especially we sees though what makes our dollar so valuable around the world is to buy a lot of Middle Eastern oil, you have to use U.S. dollars. That was the deal that we made with Saudi Arabia, and they I guess because Obama treated them bad in their opinion. I didn't pay attention to Obama's relationship with Saudi Arabia, but because Obama treated them so bad, and they want nothing to do with Joe Biden, they did not renew our oil deal. I honestly do think, as far as they're concerned, it depends on who becomes our next president. But if they don't, if they don't renew it and people stop using U.S. dollars and start using something else to buy oil, that's going to jack up our economy even more. I don't think that the people that sits in the high tower, they're not just gonna sit by and let that happen. Somebody's gonna die. Something crazy is gonna happen. Somebody's gonna get assassinated. Some war is gonna start somewhere. And I see something like that being able to start World War III. But as bad as things are right now at this moment, I don't think that would happen. It's easier when I can get a response in real time, but I'm just kind of wondering how y'all feel, if y'all have an opinion on it. Again, anyone's welcome to hit the link and jump up here and give their opinion in real time. If not, I'll just read it as it comes and run my mouth. You don't ask grown people that online, Theodore Bremer. Also, stop acting weird in my chat. Matter of fact, you hit the link and jump up here, because as much as you annoy me, you have some pretty decent insights at times. I don't know if there's a way to make the chats come faster. Oops. Or the comments come faster. not through StreamYards at least. So, anyways, while I'm waiting on the chat to catch up on my end, um, reasons why I don't see World War III happening. It's kind of like I was saying a few seconds ago. It's going to mess up too many of the people that I feel like would start it. It's going to mess their bag up. You know, something like the different the defense contracting agencies and stuff. It'll bring the money, but they have enough smart people, does economics and stuff like that. Uh, in the long run, it's going to end up making them lose money because there's not going to be, us little people down here. There's not going to be enough money circulating, waiting for the government to keep on buying their stuff. And I don't know. I don't think we'd ever go back to the days of war bonds and stuff like that, where we donate money now. It's an investment that grows later. So, well, come on, Theodore, hit the link. You make me in my stream too early. I need some back and forth, unless I can get the chat to move faster on my end. For some reason, I can't pull up my own live on my phone when I'm using StreamYards. Forget it's valid. Hit the link, bro. Yeah, I think I normally gotta start the chat beforehand. And if I go in under a private website, I can't even see the chat moving. You're 20 something. You're grown enough. Quit being a baby. Just jump up here, spit your opinion for a few minutes, and let's go home. Or else I'm just gonna be saying the same thing in circles, and that's not good content. Because my co-host that gives me pretty good feedback, he had to go early. He has stuff to work on. I'm gonna give it a few minutes, and I'm gonna hop out. Make me leave my own live early to catch another live. But in the meantime, some things that Andre and I had talked about, a part of the survival outdoorsy type videos. Figured we'll go over, some of our breathing techniques for shooting. Different target at can't even think of the word right now, but basically, still target shooting, and then some moving, some long range type stuff. I ain't no dang extra Delta Alpha recon force type person, but to show some, we show some type of, evasion type things in the wilderness. Obviously, using the environment that I got out here, I don't stay New Mexico or something like that. Might have to travel to go do something like that. Burn my skin up, crawling around on the ground out there. But yeah, so do some shooting videos, some type of just outdoors evasion type stuff. Just showing a few things we've learned along the way. Some tracking techniques. Maybe I'll wait till after Andre and I's competition. Appreciate it, D Hill. Man, Theodore, jump up here, hit the link and say that. What else? What else? Definitely some. I don't want to say street interviews, but bar interviews, things like that. We'll definitely get some more of those. We got good feedback that everybody likes it. Oh, now also I'm gonna put it on a community post, but I'm gonna say here too. It came to my attention that people think I'm married. I'm not married. Josie, what up? I should probably send you a message on Instagram earlier. Oh no! Wow, because I never pressed send like a dummy. My bad. No, it's not a lag on your end, Theodore. I realized. So like, I think I have to start a live through YouTube itself, not through StreamYards. And there's a part where it asks you what do you want the delay to be, and I didn't want to touch it. I didn't want to fool with it. Um, but it says 60 seconds, so I think there's about a minute delay. I think it intentionally gives me a minute delay between when I can see the comments. I don't hate you. I even people I don't like, I don't hate. I don't hate a soul. Well, Miss Josie, do you have any opinions on if things with the economy or just people's tensions and things like that nowadays, if that could lead us to World War III? This man. No, it was just it was brought to my attention a few times. Oh wow, I'm seeing something I can't miss. It was brought to my attention a few times that people think I'm married. I'm not. I am not. D Hill, Josie. I shoot like a stormtrooper. I'm pretty sure last time you was at my crib, I put a shotgun in your hand and you completely missed the golf ball that I threw out there for you to shoot. I don't forget things like that. I'm pretty sure every time you see me shoot, every time Andre see me shoot, it never took me more than 2 shots to hit what I'm aiming at. If it's one small thing at a distance. Okay. All goody. But if y'all, I'm gonna try to hang on 2 more minutes. Then I'm gonna log out just to make it an even hour and 30 minutes. Y'all bogus. Man, I'll be over here keeping to myself, minding my own business. I don't be trying to slang anything anywhere. Like I said, I remember back in the days, I used to work the street light. It was different. You get some scary looking ladies, some not so scary looking ladies. Snatched me up by the arm. I cried a little bit. It was what it was. Made some little pocket change. I mean, y'all do know I'm lying though. Because Josie, I've been told more than once by 2 or more people that everyone thinks I'm married, and I was like, why is that? And people I know from the YouTube. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, I don't think I've never ever said I was married. Like, all people just assume that. And if I was, even though my left hand is the Terminator hand, I would be wearing it on my right hand. She said kept energy. Don't nobody on this platform even live close to me, as far as I know. Nobody of a appropriate age for me, I would say. All right. If you're done picking on me, I'm gonna log off. If you're not, I'll wait a little bit. I'll let you pick on me a little bit more. Because it's like I'll just explain real quick. So when I first decided to do this, I had a whole bunch of uh written notes and things that I had planned to go off of. Maybe I'll have to start doing that again for times like this. This one when Mr. Andre or whoever else can't stay on the panel long. I have my notes and stuff that I take to go off of, but I stopped doing that. That when Andre pretty much became like a staple part of the show, when he essentially became my co-host, Miss Josie became the other co-host. It was like, well, there's plenty of feedback back and forth. I don't even use the notes, so I won't go off of them. But other than that, I appreciate y'all coming in. I appreciate y'all viewing. If you missed the beginning, okay, catch the beginning of it. It was some pretty good conversation. I shared a little bit of my story. I shared the medium-sized version, not the long, drawn-out one, and not the short one. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. Oh, Theodore, next time, bring your ass up here, bro.